അടുത്ത ടോപ്പിക്കാണ് കോൺട്രാക്റ്റ് ഓഫ് വെയിൽമെൻറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, കോൺട്രാക്റ്റ് ഓഫ് വെയിൽമെൻറ്റ്. According to section 148, a bailment is the delivery of goods by one person. Contract of bailment is the delivery of goods by one person to another for some purpose upon a contract that they shall, when the purpose is accomplished, and be returned or otherwise disposed of according to the direction of the person delivering them. അതായത് ബെയിൽമെൻറ്റിൽ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇസ് ദ ഡെലിവറി ഓഫ് ഗുഡ്സ് ബൈ വൺ പേഴ്സൺ ടു അനദർ ഫോർ സം പർപ്പസ്. ഓക്കെ, അതായത് ഒരു പേഴ്സൺ മറ്റൊരു പേഴ്സണിന് ദേ ആർ ഡെലിവറിങ് സം ഗുഡ്സ്. ഓക്കെ, അതിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, upon a contract that they shall, when the purpose is accomplished, be returned. നമ്മൾ പർപ്പസ് അക്കംപ്ലിഷ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, പർപ്പസ് നടന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മളത് റിട്ടേൺ ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, അതാണ് ബെയിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ എന്നുകൊണ്ട് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. അതായത് വി ആർ സെല്ലിങ് സംതിങ്, നോട്ട് സെല്ലിങ്, വി ആർ ഗിവിങ് സം പ്രൊഡക്റ്റ് ടു സം അതർ പേഴ്സൺ ഫോർ സം എനി പർപ്പസ്. After the purpose he should be finished, it is returned back to the person. Okay, upon a contract they shall, when the purpose is accomplished, should be returned to otherwise disposed of according to the direction of the person delivering them. The person delivering the goods is called bailer. The person who deliver the goods is called bailer, and the person to whom they are delivered is called bailee. The person to whom it is delivered is called bailee. If a person already in possession of goods of other contract hold them as a bailee, and he therefore become the bailee, and the owner become the bailer of such good, although they may not have been delivered by way of bailment. The example of contract of bailment are as under: borrowing books from library or a friend. We are borrowing goods from library or friend, and clock room facility at the railway station or bus stand, handing over of the document to the bank towards application of loan for safe custody, good hired for use. ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക, അതായത് ഇവിടെയൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ എന്താ ചെയ്യുന്നത്, ഇപ്പോൾ ഇതിലൊക്കെ ഫെസിലിറ്റീസ് നമ്മൾ സ്വന്തമായിട്ടല്ല ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. വി ആർ യൂസിങ് ദാറ്റ് ഓൾ പർപ്പസ് ഓർ ഓൾ ഫെസിലിറ്റി ഫോർ റിട്ടേണിങ്. അല്ലേ, നമ്മളിതൊക്കെ ഉപയോഗിച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ കാര്യം നടന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മളിതൊക്കെ റിട്ടേൺ ചെയ്യുന്നില്ലേ, അതാണ് ഇവിടെ പറയുന്നത്. മനസ്സിലായോ? അടുത്തത്, the delivering of the bailee may be made by doing anything which has the effect of putting the goods in the possession of intended bailee or of any person authorized to hold them on his behalf. The duties of bailer. The bailer is bound to disclose to the bailee fault in good bailed of which the bailer is aware, and which material interfere with the use of this or expose the bailee to the extraordinary risk, and if he does not make such a disclosure, he is responsible for damage arising to the bailee directly from such faults. Where the condition of the bailment, the goods are to be kept or to be claimed or to have work done upon them by the bailee for the bailer, and the bailee is to receive no remuneration, the bailer shall repay to the bailee the necessary expenses incurred him for the purpose of bailment. The bailer is responsible to the bailee for any loss which the bailee may sustain for the reason that the bailer was not entitled to make the bailment, or to receive back to the goods, or to give direction respecting them. Rights of bailer. What are the rights of bailer? ബെയിലറിൻ്റെ റൈറ്റ്സ് എന്തൊക്കെയാണ്? Contract of bailment is voidable at the opinion of bailor. If the bailee does any act in the regard of the goods bailed inconsistent with the condition of the bailment. A contract of bailment is voidable at the option of the bailor if the bailee does any act with regard to the goods bailed inconsistent with the condition of the bailment. The lender of a thing for use may at any time require its return if the loan was gratuitous, even though he lent it for the specified time or purpose. But if on the faith of such a loan made for the specified time or purpose, the borrower has acted in such a manner that the return of the thing lent before the time agreed upon would cause his losses exceeding the benefit actually derived him from the loan, the lender must, if he complete the return, indemnify the borrower for the amount in which the loss so occasioned exceed the benefit of he derived. Duties of bailee. Duties of bailor, rights of bailor, duties of bailee. In all cases of bailment, the bailment is bound to take as much of care of goods bailed to him as a man of ordinary prudence would. And under the similar circumstances, take of his goods on goods same bulk, quantity and value as the goods bailed. The bailee in the absence of any special contract is not responsible for the loss, destruction, deterioration of the thing bailed if he has taken the amount of care of its described. Liabilities of the bailee. If the bailee makes any use of the goods bailed which is not according to the condition of the bailment, he is liable to make a compensation to the bailor for any damage arising to the goods from or during such a use of them. If the bailee, without the consent of the bailor, mixes the goods of the bailor with his own goods and the goods can be separated or divided, the property in the goods remain in the parties respectively, but the bailee bound to bear the expenses separation or division and any damage arising from the mixture. The bailee, without the consent of the bailor, mixes the goods of the bailor with his own goods and such manner it is impossible to separate the goods bailed from the other goods and deliver them back. The bailor is entitled to be compensated by the bailee for the loss of goods. If by the fault of the bailee the goods are not returned, delivered, or tendered or proper time, he is responsible to the bailor for any loss, destruction or deterioration of the goods from the time. Rights of the bailee. If several joint owners of the goods bail them, the bailee may deliver them back to according to the direction of one joint owner without the consent of all in the absence of any agreement to the contrary. If the bailor has no title to the goods and the bailee in good faith deliver them back to or according to the direction of the bailor, and the bailee is not responsible to the owner in respect of such delivery. If a person other than bailor claims goods bailed, he may apply to the court to stop delivering of the goods to the bailor and he decided the title of goods. Bail is particularly when the bail is particularly when the bailee has, in accordance with the purpose of bailment, render any service involving the exercise of labor or skill in respect of the goods bailed, he has, in the absence of the contract of the contrary, a right to retain such goods until he receives the due remuneration for the service as rendered in respect of them. General lien of bankers, factors, warfinger, attorneys and policy brokers. Banker, factor, warfinger, attorneys of a high court and a policy broker may, in the absence of the conduct of the contrary, retain to the security of a general balance of the account any goods paid to them, but no other person has the right to retain the security of such balance goods paid to them, and unless it is the express conduct in that respect. Termination of conduct of bailment. A gratuitous payment is terminated by the death of either of the bailor or of the bailee. A contract of bailment is voidable at the option of the bailor if the bailee does any act with regard to the full bail inconsistent with the condition of the bailment. Finder of lost goods. Finder of lost goods will become an implied bailee and the owner of the goods become bailor. The finder of finder of lost goods. The finder of the lost goods will become the implied bailee and the owner of the goods become the bailor. Finder of the goods has no right to sue the owner for the compensation for the trouble and expenses voluntarily incurred by him to preserve the goods and to find out the owner, but he may retain the goods as against the owner until he receives such compensation, and where the owner of has offered a specific required for the return of the loss, the finder may sue for such a reward and may retain the goods until he is received it. When the thing which is commonly the subject of sale is lost, if the owner cannot with reasonable diligence be found, or if he refuses upon demand to pay the lawful charges or fine, the finder may sell it. When the thing is dangerous of perishing or losing greater parts of its value, or when the lawful charges of the finder in respect of the thing would amount to be 2/3 of its value. അടുത്തൊരു ടോപ്പിക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് കോൺട്രാക്റ്റ് ഓഫ് പ്ലെഡ്ജ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, അടുത്തൊരു ടോപ്പിക്കാണ് കോൺട്രാക്റ്റ് ഓഫ് പ്ലെഡ്ജ്. According to section 172, the bailment of goods as security for payment of a debt or performance of a promise is called pledge. Bailor in this case called pawner and the bailor is called pawning. ഓണർ ആൻഡ് പോണിയാണ് ഇവിടെ. പ്ലെഡ്ജിൽ വരുന്ന രണ്ട് വ്യക്തികൾ ആരൊക്കെയാണ് ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഓണർ ആൻഡ് പോണി. ഓക്കെ, പോണർ ആൻഡ് പോണി. Right of the pawning. The pawning may retain the goods pledged, and not only for the payment of the debt or the performance of the promise, but for the interest of the debt and all necessary expenses incurred by him in respect of the possession of the or the for the possession preserved goods pledged shall not, in the absence of the conduct to the that effect retain the goods pledged for any debt or promises of the other than the debtor promise to which they are pledged, but such conduct in the absence of anything of the contrary shall be presumed in regard to subsequent advances made by the pawnee. The pawnee is entitled to receive from the pawn extraordinary expenses incurred by him to the preservation of goods pledged. The pawner makes default in payment of the debt performance at the stipulated time or the promises in respect of which the goods were pledged. The pawnee may raise a suit against the pawner upon the debt or promise and retain the goods pledged as a collateral security, or he may sell the thing pledged on giving the pawner reasonable notice of sale. If the proceeds of such sale are less than the amount of due to in respect of the debt or promise, the pawnee is still liable to pay the balance. If the proceeds of sale are greater than that of the amount due, pawnee shall pay over the surplus of the pawner. If the proceeds of such sale are less than the amount of due in respect of the debt or promise, the pawner is still liable to pay the balance. If the proceeds of the sale are greater than that of the amount of due, pawnee shall over the surplus of the pawner. If the third person wrongfully defrauds the bail of the use of possession of the goods bailed or dogs they any injured, the bailee is entitled to use such remedies as the owner might have used in the like case if no bailment has been made. Neither the bailer or the bailee may bring a suit against a third person for such a deprivation of injury. Duties of the pawner. He a time stipulated for the payment of debt, performance of the promise, and for which the pledge is made, and the pawner make a default in payment of the debt, performance of the promise is stipulated time. He may redeem the goods pledged at a subsequent time before the actual sale of them, but he must on that case pay in addition any expenses which have been arisen from his default. Pledged by mercantile agent. Where a mercantile agent is with the consent of the owner in possession of goods or for the document of title of goods, any pledge made by him and acting in the ordinary course of business of mercantile agent shall be valid as if he were expressly authorized by the owner of the goods, and to make the same provided that the pawnee has acted in the good faith has been not at the time of the pledge notice that the pawner has not authority to pledge by person in possession under voidable contract. The pawner has obtained possession of the other good pledged by him under a contract act void, but the contract has not been present at the time of pledge. Pledge by person in possession under voidable contract കേസിൽ എന്തൊക്കെയാണ്? സോ ഈ ഒരു കോൺട്രാക്ട് ഓഫ് പ്ലെഡ്ജിൽ മെയിനായിട്ട് എന്താണ്? റൈറ്റ് ഓഫ് പോണി ആൻഡ് ഡ്യൂട്ടീസ് ഓഫ് ഓണർ, പ്ലെഡ്ജ് ബൈ മെർക്കൻറ്റൈൽ ഏജൻറ്റ്, പ്ലെഡ്ജ് ബൈ പേഴ്സൺ ഇൻ പൊസിഷൻ അണ്ടർ വോയിഡബിൾ കോൺട്രാക്ട്. ഓക്കെ.